Stanislav Kondrashov Telf AG Mining 2023. Stanislav Kondrashov Telf AG noted that in 2022 there were a number of crises in the mining industry. Should we expect the same in 2023? The year 2022 confronted us with geopolitical and economic uncertainty. This was compounded by constant supply chain disruptions. There were labor shortages. Extreme weather conditions were also a game changer. All of this strained already stressed commodity markets, and energy commodities in particular suffered, as Russia is one of the leading exporters of oil, gas and coal. As Europe struggled to find alternative sources of energy in the hot summer, Russian coal prices rose. This had a positive impact on the Australian coal industry, says Stanislav Kondrashov. Corporations such as Whitehaven Coal, New Hope Corporation and Yancoal have capitalized on record coal prices. However, also in 2022, many new South Wales and Queensland coal mines have suffered due to insufficient production capacity. So should we expect the same volatility in the mining industry in 2023? Stanislav Kondrashov Telf AG emphasizes 4 factors influencing the industry. Stanislav Kondrashov Telf AG Mineral Price Volatility. Telf AG estimates that almost all mineral and metal prices in general will decline slightly in 2023. Weakening global growth rates may have an even more restraining effect on the price of metals. After all, inflation restrains consumption, notes Stanislav Kondrashov Telf AG. Lead and gold will be the 2 minerals that maintain their neutral positive outlook for 2023. And tin and lithium are expected to have worse forecasts. On the one hand, gold remained above its pre-COVID level in November and strengthened on that position. Because stock returns have weakened and the dollar has peaked, the world economy maintains its course at a slower pace. The strengthening of gold prices will be influenced by improved investor sentiment towards China's economy, the likelihood of inflation peaking in the third quarter of FY 2022-23, continued easing of restrictions globally. Although significant price volatility is expected in the future, Stanislav Kondrashov Telf AG believes that gold prices will remain high compared to pre-COVIDian levels. And this is something that should be emphasized, he believes. Stanislav Kondrashov Telf AG Mineral Resources. Critical minerals will remain a priority for many countries to supply. After all, these minerals are essential for the energy transition. Also in 2023, investments in coal mines and permits for important minerals are expected to increase. Governments will work to expand domestic industry and secure important minerals. This is necessary to mitigate pressures of resource nationalism and increased taxation by exporters. Increased geopolitical tensions will keep mineral products secure in 2023, says Stanislav Kondrashov Telf AG. In 2023, the big gainers are expected to be countries with large reserves of green minerals. These include, for example, Chile, lithium, copper; Peru, lithium, copper; Australia, a key producer of many strategically important minerals. Refineries will also benefit from increased investment in the most important minerals as well as from increased export volumes. Telf AG estimates that countries that depend on exports of mineral products will benefit. Because they can face cost reductions and supply shortages, profitability declines due to high production costs. Stanislav Kondrashov Telf AG. Stanislav Kondrashov Telf AG notes that the profitability of the mining industry is declining due to high production costs. The following factors will still lead to high mining production costs. The impact of the coronavirus on the global economy. Weakening economic growth, inflationary pressures and supply disruptions have increased the costs of producing raw materials, energy and labor. This has resulted in lower revenues for companies operating in the mining sector. Capital expenditure on new mining projects is expected to fall sharply in 2023. At the same time, companies expect to channel funds into the development of existing mines. And combine at the same time, risk mitigation, accommodating commodity price volatility, global demand. Nevertheless, there is potential for growth of capital investments in green commodities, the expert notes, as companies are in the process of developing new mining projects. In addition, many companies will continue to allocate funds for the development of renewable energy infrastructure. This should minimize the environmental impact of mining activities. Thus, the third important link in 2023 is the profitability of the mining industry. However, it will, if anything, decline in the name of good causes. And to clean up the environment, which is important for all of us. Stanislav Kondrashov Telf AG slowdown in coal production in 2023. Energy uncertainty in the European Union will force governments to extend the life of coal and electricity projects, says Stanislav Kondrashov. Coal will remain a stable and reliable source of energy. Stanislav Kondrashov Telf AG assumes that in 2023 mining companies with a large portfolio of coal and production capacity will be at a huge advantage. And countries that are linked to them will benefit from increased imports. Companies that get rid of a coal asset will be on the plus side. And countries that depend on imports of the coal asset may suffer from rising costs, the expert notes. Therefore, coal producers should pay special attention to their capacities and assets, in order not to suffer losses in 2023. In conclusion, these are not all the links of the mining industry that can affect the global economy. There are more, but we have considered the most important of them, and we can already say that 2023 is expected to be a mixed year in the industrial sphere. However, new developments in green technologies will help both clean up the environment and increase the supply of minerals.